What's going on, everybody? It's Pelfrey, and today we're going to take one last look at the tank with the Kessels. So I use 80/20 extruded aluminum to hang the lights over the tank. So when I had the T5s, they still use the 80/20. The Kessels hung from the 80/20, and now the Radions are going to hang from the 80/20. And this is just a 10 series 80/20. I am utilizing the RMS mounts. So basically you just pop the centerpiece out, the little clip part of it, and then you take the 80/20 washer and bolt, and then a washer to fill in the gap of the RMS mount, and then you just slide the top part there into your 80/20 profile, tighten it down, and then you're good to go. It's a relatively simple and easy mounting option. Now the downside is the RMS mounts are like 20 bucks a pop, but for a clean installation, you can't really go wrong. And to be honest with you, it looks kind of weird because when I had the T5s, obviously the 80/20 was hung really high. When I had the Kessels, the 80/20 was still hung pretty high. And now I got the Radions about 8 inches off the water, so the whole light mount moved down drastically, and it just looks way better. So you can compare the Kessels real quick to the Radions, and it's a night and day difference. There is absolutely no doubt about that. I'm thrilled with the option here. So shout out to Murphy's Aquatics for lending me his par meter. I did get some par readings on the Kessels, and I'm going to get some par readings on the Radions as well. And I know I'm going to get asked this multiple times. I am running the AB Plus schedule. It is modified so that it is not so blue, and I'm really thrilled with the lights. Now I can see some color separation, especially on the floor next to the tank. I do have plans to get diffusers, but I wanted to try the lights out first without the diffusers. Setting them up on the Apex was relatively simple. Update the WXM module, and then use the classic dashboard to get them connected to Apex. I do have some profiles set up, so I have the Radion view, which I've used to video the tank or take pictures of the tank. So with the switch, with the flip of a switch, it's a virtual outlet. I can change the way that the lights are actually on, so I can take all of the blue out of them and take pictures and video of the tank very easily. So I did also set up a moonlight option, and this is something that you could not do with the Kessels. You couldn't run them at such a low intensity. So I have the moonlight profile set up so that it's only running for about an hour and 5 minutes, so from 9 to 10 p.m. or 8:55 to 10 p.m. But it is, again, a nice feature that you couldn't do with the Kessels. I guess you could do it to a certain extent, but you couldn't run them really low enough in order to get a true moonlight option, if you will. So again, you have to set up a virtual outlet to do the Radion view. So here is the AB Plus modified schedule that I'm running. Again, we're not so heavy on the blues since we increased the red, the green, and the white and the warm white. It gives the tank more of a daylight, if you will, view, and that's just kind of what I prefer. And as far as looking at the tank, the lights start to come on at about 7:30ish, and then they go off at 9, and then at 8:55 the moonlights come on until about 10 p.m. So it's a pretty long schedule, but it kind of follows the same schedule that I had for the Kessels. This is the logic that I have programmed into the Radions. So if outlet Radion view, which is a virtual outlet, is on, and then we're going to turn on the profile Radion view. And then you can see the time here, if 2055 to 2200, then Radion moon. So we get that 5% moon phase on the Radions. So let's take a look at the Radions in what I would call real time versus some pictures. Do have the Christmas tree up. So again, I am using 80/20 extruded aluminum, and this is a 48-inch piece of 80/20 that is actually mounted to a board, only because the shipping on anything over 48 inches gets to be quite ridiculous. I have a corner bracket here, which is absolutely overkill for what I'm doing. Some zip ties, which if I back up, you can't even see that they're there. And then we got another bracket, a T bracket here with some corner brackets in here. Again, this is completely overkill for these lights. And then we have the RMS slider. The piece that I snapped out is right here. And then we use some 80/20 hardware to mount them to the 80/20 frame. Then we have the lights themselves. Now, I'm not running the diffusers. I just have the straight up lights on the tank. I did take the Neptune AFS off of the top of the tank, and I really do like it. Now, obviously, this does not have the Kessel shimmer, but you still do get some shimmer. I mentioned this earlier, but on the floor, about 6 foot in front of the tank, you can see some color separation on the floor itself. Now, you can't see the color separation so much on the tank, and that's fine with me. Now, I am running a Radion view profile, so basically at this point, the lights would be pretty blue. And again, I do like running the Radions with the Apex because you can set up profiles, and it was just very easy to set up. I have no complaints at all so far. Very, very happy with the lights. We can just jump into the tank. I did about kill both of these hammers this past week just because I had the pumps, the gyre pump set on 100%. I turned this one off of 100%, forgot to turn this one off of 100%, and it ran at 100% for a very long time. It is about time to pull them off the tank. You can see this one's covered in purple as well as this one. So it's about time to run them in some vinegar. I am still fighting the strange algae situation and bubble algae. So you can see there's some bubble algae there. I almost bought some, I can't remember the crab itself because I do have some like red turf algae right there in the middle of the frame with, again, some bubble algae. I can't remember the crab names, but I almost bought some, and then I decided I wasn't going to, only because really I'm going to have to pay an astronomical price to get them shipped here. And then I started reading about Vibrant, and I may just very well try Vibrant. I do have a couple of these white starfish in the tank. You can see one in the middle of the frame there. I have no clue where they come from. This is kind of cool and kind of interesting. So this snail has some type of red turf algae growing on it, and I just let it go. Now, I do need to get, there's actually some bubble algae growing on the tip. I don't know if I can get it in the frame there. Nope. I do need to get some type of nutrient export. For 2 weeks straight, I've done 10-gallon water changes. Have not tested the water, so again, there's some neglect on the tank. The glass gets dirty pretty often. I'm thinking about running just a typical refugium, and again, I do have the Santa Monica Rain 2 that I can add to the tank if I need to. And when I ran that Rain 2, I didn't have any algae in the display, so I could very well add that to the tank. And I really want to add either a refugium or the ATS before I go the Vibrant route. I've read mixed reviews on Vibrant. People say that it does work as far as bubble algae is concerned, but then you run the potential of running into cyano. So, it's definitely a coin toss. But yeah, again, with the lights, very happy with them. I'm going to attempt on a future video to do a comparison of the Kessel par readings. Now, I don't have any video of that, but I did write down the par readings and the par readings of the Radion XR15. So be sure to stay tuned. Don't forget to check me out on Instagram at Pelfrey's Reef. Check out the website at pelfrey.net. And I guess that's enough rambling for this video. I'll catch you on the next one.